Hello,
Hi.
Lennon. Oh,
I beat you to it.
God, yeah, no, replay that. I think I got in first. All right. Today, I want to talk about something very specific. I want to talk about trailers, Lennon. Do you like trailers, Lennon?
Ooh, oh, I love trailers.
You love
They're the
trailers?
best.
What's your favorite
Unless they
thing
tell
about-
you everything in the movie, then they're the worst. Do you think the studios do that because they just have zero faith in their movie and they're just like, oh, please come watch our movie?
I think it's, isn't it? Okay, this might not be 100% educated, but like this is what I believe to be true. So
It's definitely not.
But isn't it like a third-party company just gets access to most of the movie and then they're just like, let's make the best trailer, and they don't care about how the movie's going to perform. They're just like,
Yeah, but then the studio still needs to greenlight the trailer though.
Oh, but we all know they're idiots. The fat cats with the money, they're all dumb. But no, okay. Well,
Does this trailer give me more money?
yeah, that's all they care. YouTube AdSense. That's all they care about. Okay, this has been like a fairly diverse week for trailers in terms of fanfare. We've had a pretty well-liked trailer for the new Wolverine game. People tend to seem to be pretty hyped over that. Then we've also had a trailer that sort of people didn't really like, at least from my side of the internet, which is Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Flimfla and Sneep Snap, the Star Wars film.
The
did
AI
look
slot
pretty
film.
bad. Yeah, like that didn't look great. So today I sort of want to celebrate trailers. So me and Lennon being yourself, have compiled 3 of our favorite trailers. Now we haven't told each other what we've got, so we might have picked the same 3 trailers, and that's how you guys know they are the best trailers. Let's start with Lennon. Lennon, what's the first one on your list?
I feel like that was like leading to, you know, the Ben Stiller Tom Cruise thing where it's like they're on the Mission Impossible set and it's just like, it's almost like we finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
It's like that's us with movie trailers right now.
I hope we've got all 3 exactly the same.
I know for a fact that we don't. I think we've got one.
Okay.
Based on
all right,
something
well,
you nearly let loose before, but I'll go into my first one here.
Start with the first one. Yeah.
So this is probably very specific. So it's going to be the 2015 Comic-Con trailer for Suicide Squad.
Oh,
so
I could see that coming. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, and one thing I learned about myself while trying to find like my top 3 movie trailers of all time, I've noticed that I just really like when the visuals line up with a really good song.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of the later trailers for the Suicide Squad felt like they were trying to pivot, trying to go funnier, and with the whole Bohemian Rhapsody thing. And I know that the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer for Suicide Squad is touted as like, you know, oh, look at this is such a great trailer. I fucking hated it. I thought that the original Comic-Con trailer for Suicide Squad was perfect because it sets this moody, gritty, no comedy in sight tone, no CGI monsters. And
I think I've
it's just
misinterpreted. So you're not talking about the ones that resulted in those trailer editors editing some of the actual movie.
No, I'm talking about.
That's the one.
I'm talking about
talks
what.
about.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about what we got beforehand because it was moody. It was like this whole. I can't remember what the song was called, but it's basically the whole lyrics of the song is like, you know, I started the joke, but now the joke is on me, and it's just perfect because you know, parallels with Harley Quinn, the Joker, and all that stuff. And it's just drama, and it introduces the Joker at the end of the trailer. And I remember watching it and feeling so hopeful for this movie because Jared Leto's Joker here really matched the song choice and the tone of the whole trailer. It felt like, you know, he wasn't going for that.
Joker?
No, I don't. But the thing is, he wasn't going for that whole like honka, like that kind of cartoonish behavior. Is just like, it just matched the tone. And I mean, to be fair, we do get some moments. There's the iconic moment where Will Smith is talking circa 2015 a la Before the Slap.
Oh, the golden years.
The golden years. MCU had the snap, and the DCEU had the slap, if you know what I mean. But no, it was like, oh, so what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? And I'm just like, that's the line, he said it.
You quote that weekly in your daily life. Like,
yeah, I do. I do. It's such a good line. And then there's this other moment where Australia's own, our pride and joy, Jai Courtney, he's like, Captain Boomerang is like talking, he's like, oh, you know what they say about the crazy ones? And then it like cuts to Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn and she just pauses and she's like, huh? And you can tell that they clearly just cut the conversation together. Yeah. They weren't talking to each other.
Wait, so obviously
do you like
this trailer?
Hear me out. There are some bad moments in it. But
Yeah.
the thing that lifts the whole trailer up, and honestly, I remember just rewatching it. It was purely just because of the song and just how the trailer itself was executed. I thought it was just a masterclass in music matching what we're seeing on screen. So great trailer for a very shit movie.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's the thing is like you can have a great trailer and it can almost ruin the movie because it sets your expectations way too high.
Absolutely.
I've got one of those
Star Wars
on my
Phantom
list.
Menace.
Wait, Phantom. That's a good movie.
No, it's alright.
Episode 1.
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh,
But the trailer showed like the
The
double-bladed
Jewel of Fates.
lightsaber at the start, and everyone was like, "Oh!" And then like the whole movie, like 90% of it is like trade negotiations, and then Darth Maul at the end.
do an impression of the trade negotiation aliens.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get cancelled.
All right. Well, okay. I guess I'll start off my list with.
Yes,
okay,
please.
you've gone very musical, which I do love, and I think the next two of mine are very musical. But I'm gonna switch things up a little bit. This one is almost devoid of music, and I think that's what makes it good. It's a 2014 Godzilla teaser trailer.
Ooh,
Do you remember that trailer?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. Because one of my favorite things in horror is when you don't see the monster. When you don't see them, and I love
They did
horror
it.
concepts.
Yeah, perfect. It was a perfect balance.
You don't see that. I mean, like, to be honest, it's crazy to think that this movie, considering it is a fairly restrained version of what a Hollywood movie about a giant monster would be, where they tried to do the whole Jaws thing, like you don't really see the monster an awful lot. It's crazy that these movies culminated in giant monkey punch giant lizard.
Yeah,
I
can't believe the universe that we have right now. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of appreciative of it, but at the same time, I can't believe that this was the starting point.
Yeah, it was like I really do like the idea. I think there's some elements that could have been done better, but we're talking about the movie now. Let's talk about this trailer. I love how this trailer, you don't even see a glimpse of Godzilla until about halfway through. I think I did originally see this trailer at home, but I can imagine for anyone watching it in the cinema, you would have not have assumed it was a Godzilla movie until over halfway through the trailer, which is because the first half of the trailer is just a helo squad falling out of an airplane with some flares going off and them talking and then seeing the city.
That is
so good.
One of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, and it's just such a nice high concept. Even when you get past the first half of the trailer, you see a bit of Godzilla. You hear the heavy breathing of one of the military guys falling out of the sky, and then you get to see glimpses of Godzilla. And then even for the second half of the trailer, it's mainly just about the death and destruction that Godzilla leaves in his wake. The people, the cities, the da 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 da. And then it culminates and it builds to this crazy thing where you actually get a fairly good, still not even that clear, but a fairly good look of Godzilla. And then it has that huge Godzilla roar that they, I think, perfected. That's a great roar for Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
And then that little, as the title credit goes, it has that weird little hum that he does, that sort of noise.
I think it's like one of the last shots, if I'm remembering correctly, is that it's like the doors are closing and you just get that final glimpse of Godzilla right before the doors shut or something.
I think
like
that's
that.
the main trailer. I think you're
fuck.
thinking about the main trailer. No, you're cool. You're cool.
Confusing each other's trailers.
Don't worry, I'll send this through to you. I think
Sweet.
maybe mix matching them both together, but this is I love this one. I think that's a
Well,
top
you know
two,
what?
just
My
for
other
tone.
thing that I remember is fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson and Scarlet Witch, and their brother and sisters in the same year that they're also husband and wife.
Lovers, yeah, that's a bit. Yeah. Anyway, what's
casting.
your second trailer?
All right. So my second one is Trainspotting 2, or T2
Oh,
Trainspotting 2. So it features a song from Wolf Alice called Silk. And I just think this is like one of the best trailers that I've ever seen, which seems to just be so completely and utterly underwatched and underrated. I think the trailer only has like 300 or 400,000 views on YouTube. It was for the movie that released in 2017. The thing that I love about it the most is the match between the jump cuts and the beat of the song. It's just incredible. Yeah. And what makes this trailer for me is just the stunning visuals and editing. It's like, I don't know, it's like an orgy of visual effects that are super, like, this car is just glowing neon yellow at night. The camera is stuck to a mic at one point and it's following the mic, almost kind of like a GoPro thing, and it's following its movement at a gig. And then overall, just the amazing effects to represent this trip or hallucination style vibe, which obviously fits within the Trainspotting movie.
It's Danny, the director is Danny Boyle, isn't it?
Yeah.
He does a lot of great, like, well, obviously
Visuals.
T1. What is it? I'm not trying to say
T2?
Terminator 1. Yeah. Trainspotting 1. And also he did all the... completely
Ewan
different movie.
McGregor's just got a fucking needle hanging out of his arm. I'll be back.
T2 is him teleporting back to Trainspotting 1. He's just a meth junkie going back through time.
He teleports back and he's like to his younger self, he's like, hello there. And,
you've got to do more. Are you putting Star Wars into this?
Maybe?
No, yeah, I like it. Okay,
No,
you're gonna have fun editing that together later.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to it. But I don't know, I just think this trailer, it just made me feel, it's just got this triumphant tone, and it's showing all of these characters that, Trainspotting, and it's like later on in their life, and they're all iconic characters that have lived a life since we last saw them, and it just really hyped me up, and it just felt so good and so powerful. So I really loved this trailer. Which
is one of the best things about having like a legacy sequel, is seeing how characters that you sort of thought you were done with come back. So that, especially a bunch of junkies. So that's my favorite type.
What about you? What's your second pick?
My second one, 2022's The Batman, but specifically the DC FanDome teaser. So I reckon if you don't,
do you mean 2020s?
Is it 2020 or 2022?
Because the movie came out in 2022, but the trailer
yeah, I'm talking about movie date. But
dude, we're talking about the exact same fucking trailer then.
Oh, wait,
this is my third pick.
Oh,
this is my third pick.
Yes, well, this is good. Oh, wait, just to make sure 100%, because there's a couple teasers for this. It's the one where you start off with the DC logo and the Warner Brothers logo, and you've got the tape tearing intro as the Riddler's. Yes, dude.
Yeah, it's a 2020 version. I'm pretty sure it's the same year that The Rock promised us all that the hierarchy of the DC universe is about to change.
Well, it did, just, to our Pats.
Not the way he wanted.
Yeah. No, there's so many things that I love about this trailer. For one, I brought it up at the last trailer. I like anything that's not classically thought of as maybe like a horror to feel like a horror. And this isn't straight out of the horror bag, but I think it definitely borrows elements of like...
this one is tense, dude.
Well, it gives like the idea of... I know lots of people threw this around at the time, but do you remember Seven, that horror thriller with... Who does it have in it? You know the one I'm talking about.
With Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
I was about to say, God and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
This gives the same energy as that. I think, remembering that this was also promoted at the time as this is a fairly early on in his career, Batman, he's probably going to make some mistakes and da-da-da-da-da. I think that this perfectly sets up a great, gritty, like detective noir story with these sort of horror beats. This is like Detective Batman, at least this early in his career, at its best, with the Something in the Way by Nirvana, sort of slowed down with a bit more of like an orchestral kick to it. That building while you've got Gordon reciting the riddle over the top of it, and then it all climaxes to Batman beating the dog shit
just
out of a guy.
Fucking blowing that guy's back out, dude. He was fucking destroyed him. I think it's so
the two
important.
punches on the ground. They sound wet. Like it's the two wet punches on the ground.
Dude, it's like I was watching it again today and I had to take my headset off because I was just like, it's just so crunchy in my ears. I was like, oh fuck.
It's so good. And that's also, that adds to like a horror sort of thing for me, because sound design is a huge horror element. And for me, that sounded like someone getting bludgeoned to death. I know a lot of people said at the time, like, this, are we sure this Batman doesn't kill? Because that's the same sound effect you've probably heard in like a Saw franchise where someone's beating the shit out of like their leg to get it off a chain. Like it's that energy. It felt like a machete going through someone, and I do like that energy. I like the idea that Batman doesn't kill, but he will incapacitate you for
He'll
life.
beat you to an inch of your life away from death.
Yeah, and it you know what? No one talks about this Batman taking things too far because it's explicitly a plot thread. It is a part of this movie. As much as anything else, he is angry, he is vengeance, he is da-da-da, and that's all set up in this. And also, something else that's fun in this is we get the first look of Pattinson's Batmobile, which is just filthy.
Just a muscle car, dude. It's fucking sick.
And I like that. I remember when it first came out, some people were like, oh, it's not really a Batmobile. I'm like, I don't care. Like, that is the coolest car I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, I want that. Yeah, it was so nice. Do you have any other notes for our little crossover? Because when I picked this one, I was like, I reckon Lennon's probably gonna.
Yeah, dude. This is like when you pitched this idea to me for this video, I was like, this is the first one that came to mind.
And, I put it in the middle of my list, so he was the first one that I thought of.
But like, obviously, surprise, surprise, what makes this trailer for me is the music. So, like you had touched on before, obviously it's Nirvana's Something in the Way, but it's mixed in with Michael Giacchino's Batman theme that he composed for this movie. And I'm actually really disappointed that we didn't really hear this mix of the two in the final movie. Throughout the movie, you're basically just hearing Something in the Way, which is fine because it does fit the tone of the movie because, you know, it's grungy and all that shit, and it's cool, of course. But the piano and the dramatic score blended with it from this trailer it just felt so fucking 90s Batman and like Joel Schumacher coded. Like, it was just super nostalgic and dramatic.
It's the organs, it's the instrumentation in it. It just almost takes it back in a way.
Oh, dude, I was like transcending into the astral plane, just like watching it. I was just like, this is this is a trailer that in 2020, I just watched it over and over and over again. I just thought it was so good. And
I watched it over and over again today when I looked it back up. I was like, yes.
And
this is so
it's
good.
just, it just, oh man, it like makes my hair stand up on their ends. And kind of touching on that scene that you were talking about before with Roberto just like doing the whole "I'm vengeance" and then fucking absolutely pummeling that guy to an inch of his life. This was our first proper introduction to Pattinson's Batman and the ability to
Batman.
yeah, and it's just like the ability to convey his toughness as Batman is so important in this moment, and it fucking worked, dude. Because for years, as soon as people found out that it was Robert Pattinson, people were like, I don't see it. He's not big enough or whatever. And,
even though he's done
then
like
people
a
were like
bunch of
bitching
good
and
films.
complaining because like people were like, oh yeah, so apparently he's doing to get in shape is just fucking run around. Like, he's not like hitting the trembolone sandwiches and getting absolutely sauced to the gills. But I just think that it just fucking worked, dude. This trailer just raised the bar and just set the expectation for the movie. And I also think that, like you commented on, when the music cuts out when he has that fight, but then it kicks back in as soon as the roar of the muscle car,
strong too.
Batmobile comes in, and you're just like, fucking, it punches you in the chest. And I guess one last thing that I'll say is I loved how they really punched up Paul Dano's Riddler voice to make it feel like distorted and unnerving. Like it just
another horror thing. He sounds like Jigsaw. Like, I want to play a game. Like,
dude, it sounded like a voice modulator, but it just sounded so otherworldly and creepy and unsettling. And yeah, I just thought it was perfect, dude. So that's why it's probably my favorite. So I'm really keen though to hear your last pick.
Oh no, we'll go. That was technically mine. We'll go yours next.
No, remember that because it was my third pick. That was my last.
You just Uno reverse. Oh wait. Oh no. Okay. All right. No. Come on with the
we're up
on
to
the
your
rip. All right. Well, in that case, my last is 2015's Avengers: Age of Ultron, the teaser trailer. If you remember this is the one where we've got the "I've Got No Strings" from Pinocchio.
The actual Pinocchio song.
Very quiet, very slow, very ominous. If you don't quite remember it, I'll send it because there was other trailers other than this one, but this is the teaser. This is the first sort of look we got. This is sort of setting up a movie that I think was only really delivered in tone by Infinity War. It's one of those ones where unfortunately the trailer just sort of set up a different movie than the movie that we got.
It's a shame when that happens, hey?
Yeah, like I was very excited for this because coming from reading comic books, the Age of Ultron storyline is a no-hoper. Like the heroes are all defeated. You know, they rely on time travel antics just to win. It is an earth-shattering adventure that there is losers in this and deaths that sort of like matter. That's sort of what I was expecting watching this trailer, because within this trailer, like, everyone looks depressed, and I love a depressed hero. If we didn't just talk about the Batman for like so long, I love just a hero that's just in this we have everyone that basically is at the end of their rope. You have Thor dropping his hammer, you have Hulk versus Hulkbuster, you have Thor attacking Tony, you have glimpses of the Red Room, which we're never really promised on. We have Cap's shield busted and broken, which again, we find out very early on in the movie is just a vision. But there's just so much cool stuff basically showing all of our main Avengers defeated. That, for me, I remember when this trailer first came out, coming into it with some comic book knowledge and also just watching this trailer for what it is, I fully expected one of our mainline Avengers to die. That's what I was getting excited for. And that's definitely what this sets up in tone. Instead, Quicksilver died. And I don't even really care about Quicksilver in general. Like, I don't really care about him from the comics much. He was introduced in this movie, or the after credits of the last movie, and cool, he got killed by a bullet, which is what his powers stop from happening.
But you didn't see that coming?
Bro, you run quicker than bullets. That was okay. It was probably about the same as how he does it. But
you're the wind beneath my wings. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. I'll raise you up. Don't worry. But yeah, no, like this just sets up a much more interesting movie. And you know, Ultron, still one of my favorite villains of the MCU and comics in general. He is properly scary in this. The song obviously culminates with I've Got No Strings from the Pinocchio movie, but then it ends with Ultron finishing it off himself, and it just has menace that
finishing
only
off
James
himself,
Spader.
you say?
Oh yeah, that's the rule 34 I'm into. that's what I'm Googling after this. But James Spader is just perfect for this Ultron role.
God, he can monologue.
Yeah,
God, he's so good.
Something else that's great about this trailer, there's no quips. There's no Marvel humor. It just looks like everyone's getting dog shotted.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah. Like there's absolutely none of that, which is why I think it's one of my favorite teaser trailers. It just sucks that we weren't given that, really. But I mean, I guess that's our list. What did we come up with? I had Godzilla, Batman, and Age of Ultron.
Yeah, and I had Comic-Con trailer for the Suicide Squad, Batman as well from DC FanDome, and Trainspotting 2.
Oh yeah, okay, I forgot we did Trainspot. Okay, so we said we would try not to do comic book movies, and we did.
And I think, did we do one of them? It's like one of them was not.
Yeah.
I guess two of them were.
Yeah.
But I'm curious though. I'm just so stoked that we had one that we lined up on, but I'm curious to hear, I guess, what the viewers think, if they have a favorite one, or if there's one that they would recommend, because
What's your favorite trailer? What's the Mission Impossible one where they didn't edit the audio correctly?
Oh my god! How do we not talk about that one?
I was thinking that's what you would put in there. That's your fourth.
Scrap this list. That's my favorite one. the pre-audio effects is just like the demo for, I think it was The Mummy. 2016's The Mummy with Tom Cruise. And you hear the whole like, all right, that's officially the best one of all time. That's probably going to go on the thumbnail.
We still want to hear what people think in the comments, but you're not beating that one. That is the best trailer.
I'll link that one below as well if anyone's interested.
Excellent.
It's so good. It's such a good one.
Is it still up? Oh, whatever. We'll cut
surely
it
is.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Thanks for listening.
That's about it.
All right.